Hey guys, it's Samantha. From creating a new type of music to forming an unlikely band, this is a shocking truth about Ice-T.
Number 13, early on. Ice-T was born in Newark, New Jersey, to Alice and Solomon Merrow in February 1958, and his given name is Tracy Lauren Merrow.
His mom was Creole and his dad was African American.
When he was a toddler, Tracy and his family moved to Summit, New Jersey, a more upscale town. Ice later noted that around this same time at 7 years old, he experienced racism for the first time. He noticed that his Caucasian friends were prejudiced towards black children. He recalled that he managed to avoid adverse treatment because he had lighter skin. Number 12, acting career. Everybody has heard of Ice-T as a rapper, and most of us have had the pleasure of watching his acting career develop as well. The first movie he appeared in was 1984's Breakin', and he acted in the sequel too. Looking back on those two films, Ice-T stated that he wasn't a fan of his acting and thought his performance was whack. In 1991, his serious acting career began when he got the part as Scotty Appleton, a police detective in New Jack City. Ice-T also acted in Ricochet, Trespass, and Surviving the Game in the few years that followed. This rapper turned actor is also known for movies like Tank Girl and Once Upon a Time in Brooklyn. Ice-T has also done a bit of voice acting over the years. He did Mad Dog's voice in Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Agent Kane in Sanity, Aiken's Artifact, and voiced his own character in UFC, Tap Out, and Def Jam, Fight for New York. Number 11, name. Although we've all probably considered that maybe Ice-T really loves drinking iced tea, that's just simply not how he decided on his stage name. Around the time that he turned from crime and chose to pursue a rapping career, he would often quote Iceberg Slim, a hustler turned author. Ice-T's friends used to say, "Yo, kick some more of that by Ice, T." So he decided to combine the last two parts of that statement, Ice and T, for his first name, Tracy. Number 10, SVU.
Although his primary focus has been music for the majority of his career, Ice-T found himself acting in various movies and shows, as we previously mentioned.
He played Danny Cort in Dick Wolf's New York Undercover television series and was awarded an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series for the role. He then teamed up with Wolf and created Players, which only ran for a brief time. Ice-T's work continued in the film Exiled, a Law & Order movie in 1998, and his work with Wolf led to his casting as the police sergeant Fin Tutuola in the Law & Order Special Victims Unit TV series in 2000. His portrayal of Tutuola earned him another Image Award. Number 9, Fake Gang. Ice-T certainly has some real-life illegal stories to tell nowadays, but there was a time where he merely acted like a gang member to avoid trouble, and this was way before he became an actual actor. During an interview that was broadcast on Bullseye in 2012, Ice-T spoke about his teenage experience as a student. He said that he'd been living in a place called View Park, Windsor Hills, a community in Los Angeles, and he attended Crenshaw High School while he was living there. Unfortunately, the area wasn't the safest, and in order to keep his classmates in line, Ice-T and about 4 of his friends formed a fake gang. Their name was the Hillside Crips, and they convinced people that there were hundreds of members. Number 8, Gangster Rap founder. In many ways, Ice-T is credited with creating the gangster rap music genre. Although his life didn't begin that way, he fell into some hard times and his music evolved because of it. This style became popular in the 1980s after Ice-T and other rappers like Schoolie D, who he was significantly influenced by. But despite his influences, Ice-T is often credited with first gangster rap track called 6 in the Morning. In 2018, Ice accepted the title of Gangster Rap Founder after seeing an Urban Dictionary entry that stated that he was. And it wasn't only Urban Dictionary that considers Ice-T to be the genre's creator. Ice noted later on that Schoolie D's and other rappers' songs represented gangs and relayed various messages, whereas his newfound style was about gangsterism. Founding gangster rap was revolutionary, changing the world of hip-hop as we know it. Due to the widely considered taboo themes like violence, gangs, substances, and vandalism, the genre was often criticized. One of the most famous gangster rap songs is by NWA. Unfortunately, we can't say the title here, but it was created in protest of racism and police brutality. Number 7, Rhyme Pays. This was Ice-T's 1987 debut album and marked the beginning of content that parents everywhere needed to be warned about. Although past records contained at least some explicit material, Ice's Rhyme Pays was the first to be sold with a parental advisory sticker on it, according to the man himself. The album reached the US Billboard 200's 93rd spot.
On the top hip-hop charts, the record reached 23rd place and it was eventually certified gold.
Plus, as we previously mentioned, one of the tracks called 6 in the Morning helped truly define the genre of gangster rap music. Other songs on Rhyme Pays include I Love Ladies, Squeeze the Trigger, and Make It Funky. Although many people believe that 2 Live Crew's 1990 album Banned in the USA was the first to have the parental advisory sticker, Ice-T insists that his record was the first, and it came out 3 years prior. Number 6, 99 Problems. Most people associate the phrase, I got 99 problems with Jay-Z. He released it as his third single for the record titled The Black Album. But its origin lies with Ice-T. Ice put out the single called 99 Problems for his 1993 album Home Invasion. He and 2 Live Crew's brother Marquise coined the term while having a conversation, and the latter used the phrase in his group song Table Dance in 1996. Since Jay-Z's album didn't come out until 2004, it's easy to see why he wasn't the term's creator. Later on, Ice recorded the original track again to try and reclaim the phrase, since it was so widely attributed to Jay-Z. Number 5. Body count. Ice-T is usually associated with his rapping and acting careers, but this talented guy transgressed the bounds of music genres with his band Body Count. He co-founded the metal band in 1990 with Ernie C., who was their lead guitarist.
They were interested in heavy metal music and decided to dive into the genre headfirst.
Ice became intrigued by heavy metal while sharing a room with his cousin, who listened to a lot of rock music. He later noted that he was a fan of Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and Edgar Winter. Ice writes the majority of the songs for the band and serves as their lead vocalist, while Ernie C. creates most of the music. The original members were Ice, Ernie, Moose Man, Beatmaster V, and D-Rock. Body Count's first outing was at Lollapalooza in 1991. When Ice-T dedicated half of his set to hip-hop and the other half to Body Count tracks, some people loved the performances and thought Body Count was the highlight of the event. Their first appearance on an album was in Ice's OG original Gangster. A lot of people thought that Ice was a sellout for incorporating rock into his music, but he addressed his opinions by speaking out against them during an introduction on the record. He stated that the genre began with African-American artists like Bo Diddley, Little Richard, and Chuck Berry, and added that music is music. Ice further noted that he does what he likes. He likes rock and roll, and he feels sorry for people who only listen to one type of music. Body Count came out with their first album in 1992, and they went on a worldwide tour shortly after, gaining an impressive following. Number 4. Italy Incident. Ice-T is known for his bad boy persona, and he has put a lot of hours into forming his reputation. There's no doubt that the heavy metal enthusiast isn't afraid to speak his mind or act out, and that's exactly what he did while he was on stage with his band in the early 1990s. During a performance in Milan, Italy on Body Count's international tour, some people began spitting at Ernie C. After one of them tried to spit at Ice, he ran into the crowd and punched him. The concert was ultimately shut down after a fight broke out. Angry fans trashed Body Count's tour bus afterward, and they tried to take a taxi to their hotel. A group of enraged audience members surrounded the vehicle, and the driver jumped ship, and the band's promoter stole the taxi to escape. About a mile down the road, they got in a different cab and finally returned to the hotel. The concert was a hot topic in Italy, and Body Count went on a radio show. The DJ told listeners that they should be angry at the fans who ruined the concert, stating, "Ice-T is a guest in our country. We invited him to do all these sold-out shows, and we love him." Number 3. Coco Austin.
If you're an Ice-T fan, then you've probably heard of his wife Coco. But if not, then we're going to give you a rundown of this blonde beauty.
She was born with the name Nicole Natalie Marrow in Tarzana, California in 1979. Her ancestry is Serbian because her mother's parents were born in the country. She has 3 younger brothers and 1 little sister. When Coco was a child, her brother used to pronounce her name Cole instead of Nicole, so she eventually began going by Coco. When she was 18 years old, she started modeling swimsuits and lingerie for catalogs and calendars. Coco also began working at the Playboy Mansion for parties and events, and acted in some low-budget films like Desert Rose and Southwest Babes. Ice-T met his model in 2009 while she was working as a model for his friend's movie. After being introduced to her, he asked if she'd ever date a gangster rapper. Coco wasn't sure how to reply but told him that she thought he was nice. Ice-T apparently replied with, "If you take the N off of nice, you get ice." After the cheesy pickup line impressed Coco, they dated for just a couple of months before tying the knot in 2002. Number 2. Coco and AP9. Just like with every celebrity romance, Ice-T and Coco's relationship hasn't been entirely void of drama. In 2012, photographs were leaked online of Coco getting a little too close with AP9, a rapper from California. At the time, Coco was performing in the Las Vegas burlesque show, Peep Show, and she took the suggestive images with AP9 without giving it much thought. However, after they came out, Ice-T was understandably unhappy. He tweeted that she made him feel and look bad. Coco insisted that nothing happened with AP9, but she admitted that taking the photos wasn't a good idea and that she disrespected Ice in doing so.
But the drama didn't stop there. AP9 claimed that he also had pictures of the model in the buff, and he implied that much more happened between the two than she let on.
Shortly after, more photographs surfaced of a man named Moose Diesel grabbing her behind. Coco was sick of the rumors already and told everyone that the images of her and Diesel were old. She stated that people would think what they want to, and she can't do anything about it. She added that she and Ice only answer to each other, and that's all that matters.
And now for our number 1. Don't forget to subscribe.
Number 1. Parents. Even though Ice-T is wealthy and successful nowadays, there was a time when he wasn't. When he was only in 3rd grade, his mother passed suddenly from a heart attack, and his dad, Solomon, raised him for the following 4 years.
Unfortunately, at the age of 12, his dad was also lost to a heart attack.
In his book titled Ice, a memoir of gangster life and redemption from South Central to Hollywood, he talked about his parents in childhood. He said that he didn't cry when his mother or father passed, and he doesn't entirely understand why. After his parents were gone, Ice moved to LA and lived with his aunt. When he was in the 12th grade, he got his girlfriend pregnant and decided to join the Army to support her and their child. Ice-T served 4 years in the military. At that point in his life, he was on his own after moving out of his aunt's house. But after returning from the Army, Ice got back into hustling and doing illegal things because his friends were all involved in that sort of stuff. It wasn't until he got the opportunity to pursue music that he got out of the gangster lifestyle.
Today's featured comment is from Renee on our Inside the Bizarre Life of Joaquin Phoenix video. Thanks for your comment, Renee. Don't forget to leave your thoughts below, and we might feature you in a future video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.